In this tutorial, we'll schedule a ClickOnce app to run on Windows 11. We'll use a trivial stopwatch app for this purpose. To find Task Scheduler, you can simply type Task Scheduler down in the search bar in the bottom, and it will find Task Scheduler for you, and that's what we need to run. Okay, in Task Scheduler, let's create a new folder here with my name. That way my tasks will be separate from all of these. And in there, we can create a basic task, and it'll step you through the trigger, action, and stuff, but it won't give you the choices for as many settings. So let's just create a task, not a basic task. We'll call it demo for Ken, and it's a demo, and I'm going to set this for when the user's logged on. If you set it for when the user's not logged on, you're also going to have to enter a password so that it can run at that time. And I don't even have a password on this machine, but that's something for you to keep in mind when you're doing this. And down here at the bottom, I'm going to select Windows 10 because there is no Windows 11 option. I don't know why. And I always make this mistake. I always click OK here, but we've really got to go through the rest of these tabs up here. But let's see what happens if I click OK. It says, oh yeah, you've got to enter the task name and actions. So for the triggers, we want to set this to run daily, and let's just pretend we want it to run at 1 a.m. perhaps. And there's other settings here. You should look at all those and decide what's appropriate. In my case, I'll stop the task if it runs more than 30 minutes. I'm usually just running a backup or something that runs very quickly. So that schedule seems okay. Actions. This gets really tricky, so we're going to save that till the end here. Conditions are just more options for you. My computer always runs on AC power. It's a desktop, so these don't even matter. I'm just going to leave these settings alone. And there's more settings here that you can look at and see what's appropriate for you. It's interesting they give you this option again to stop a task, which I'm hearing is more like a global setting than what we set in triggers. I'm not so sure about that, but I just set it to be safe anyway. And now the only thing we haven't set yet is the actions. So let's do that here right now. Okay, I'm in the Actions tab, and we're going to want to create a new action, but I happen to know what we're going to have to find out ahead of time. And one of those is going to be the path to our application, Ken Stopwatch, the appref-ms file. And this gets important because this program may change, may get updated, and we want the same path that will stay the same no matter how many times the program gets updated. The way I'm doing this, and I don't know if they're always in the Start menu for you or not, but all of mine are in the Start menu. And so the question we're going to have to figure out is, how do we get this path? Because that's going to be the key. And I'll show you that at the very end, how we get that. So first of all, let me just select all this because we're going to need it. I'm going to copy this. And let's create this new action. And it turns out what we want to run is explorer.exe. And the arguments is this path, which is enclosed in quotation marks. So we'll put that in here. That's this thing we just copied a minute ago. And I'll click OK. And I'm going to pause. Well, let's see here. I think that we're all done here. So we've already done the conditions and the settings. Let's click OK. And now you can see that we actually have a task ready to kick off. And maybe just to prove everything is going to work all right, let's edit this a minute. We'll double click it, and the triggers rather are set. Let's edit those triggers, and it's just about 2:03, or in the afternoon here it's a little bit 2:00. Let me set this to 3 because that's coming around here very fast. And let me say OK and OK. And I don't know how close we are to 2:03 yet, but if this all works, the stopwatch app should start. In fact, it's 2:03 right now, and that stopwatch app should be starting. Well, I set the time crazy, so obviously it didn't start. Let's set this to 2:04 if I can catch it in time. And PM. And it's already 2:04, so let's set this to 2:04:30 and PM. And let's save that. And let's see if this starts up in about 20 seconds. I'll just say OK here. And let's find out. I'll pause the computer here until, or this video until that time. There it is. I didn't even have to pause it. So it started up. So the key here is to find this path, and that is what I'm going to show you here next. Okay, so let's find that path. If we go down here to the Start menu and enter CAN stopwatch, and there's other ways to find it in the Start menu. I'll show you those maybe, but we right-click this and open the file location, and then go down here and right-click it and copy as path. And let's just stick that into Notepad here. And this, as you can see, is the exact path that we were using moments ago. So that's how we get that path. What's another way, if you're in the Start menu here, and I go all the way down to my folder, and it happens to be right here. Again, you just right-click it, open the file location, right-click that program, and copy as path. And once you do that, I'll paste it in here. And that's what we need for setting the path in that task scheduler. So, thank you and have a good day.